What's up, guys?
Hey. Precious, are you pumped up? Is it just another game? What are you kind of feeling right now, getting ready for this playoffs?
I'm chilling right now.
You chilling?
Big chilling.
At what point will you get pumped up?
I'm probably gonna get pumped up when we there, just looking in the crowd and it's going crazy. That's when I'm like, something's really gonna hit me. But right now I'm just chilling, big chilling.
Precious, Nick mentioned the conversation that you guys had early in the season where you basically told him, like, if anyone's hot, if any opposing stars are hot, put me on them and let me kind of cool them down. Can you take us through that conversation and kind of your confidence in saying that?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just told him, I said, if we're playing someone and they hot, like I want to guard them. I take a lot of pride on defense, and I trust my defensive ability, just being able to stay with a lot of people, just giving my lateral quickness, vertical strength, and just being able to my mobility, being able to move. I think I could hang with the best, and so I went up to him. I had that conversation with him, and through the course of the season, we played certain teams, and he just be like, "Hey, you got so and so," and I'm like, "Okay." I've never said, "No, I don't think I should." Always like, "Okay, I got it." There's been times where I went up to him mid of the game. I'm like, "Hey, I think I should go. I should get that player, whatnot." And that's kind of like how it's been. After a few games here and there. Now in the scouting reports is kind of like, okay, you have this player, X player, or whatever, and I'm cool with it. It's never anything crazy. Yeah.
Can you take us through a little bit guarding that Joel James pick and roll? Obviously, like if you switch it, you've done a really good job staying in front of James Harden. What's the key to success guarding that?
I mean, it's just understanding. I watch a lot of basketball. It's not just I'm just saying I'm quick or whatever. Those guys, they have tendencies as well. I've watched a lot of James over the years, and even this year. So it's just knowing what he likes to do, where he likes to get to on the floor. Everybody has a sweet spot. Once you learn that, once I learned that, and also combine that with my physical abilities, kind of gives me a better chance at guarding him. And I'm not saying that I'm totally shutting him down, because he's one of the best players in the NBA right now. But it's just understanding guys' tendencies and what he likes to do and where he likes to get to on the floor, or where he likes to drive, or where he likes to shoot, going left or right. And once you learn that, it makes your job easier on the defensive side.
Precious, you guys have developed and built this identity as a team that more often than not is going to win the possession battle, whether it's offensive rebounding or forcing turnovers. How quickly into the season did you see that develop? Is that something that you could see in training camp, or did it take a little while into the season to sort of see that coming together?
I think it was emphasized during training camp. Offensive rebounding, just the length on the team, all the way from training camp. I remember coach kept saying, offensive rebound, whatever, create more possessions, and it was just always been that way. And as the season got along, the game started really, really physical. The rest of the Atlanta's play, and then they switched it, and then kind of like became like in between. And now it's like you never know. It was like some games are really physical, some games are not. We just kind of like just play, based on how the refs are calling the games. And on the offensive rebound, on the glass, we try to create more possessions. We'll play, we long and athletic, hands out, eagle, whatever the case may be, and we get deflections, steals, and that's how we create more possessions. But offensive rebounding has been emphasized from day one.
What did you take from your first postseason experience last year, and how much different does it feel this year, knowing that you're going into things in a different role and more prominent role?
I mean, I don't take anything for granted. Like I said, it hasn't hit me. It hasn't hit me yet. I'm just kind of like chill about the whole thing right now. Of course, I'm excited to play in the playoffs, but I'm just kind of like, you know, not too high, not too low. Just taking the day as it comes, and you know, when that time comes to actually, you know, dial in and lock in and turn. You know, of course, we turn the intensity up, but it really matters when the game starts. So.
Precious, you said you're willing to take on any challenge that this team has given you. You've said before that, you know, when you had your struggles, you were the first one to say, I'm good. You were telling your family and friends that. What is it about your upbringing or your experiences that makes you such a confident individual?
I mean, it's just hard work. I work really hard. That's what makes me very confident. And I just know eventually it's going to pay off. I don't think anyone is confident if they don't put the work in. I don't think anyone shouldn't be confident if they put the work in. And I put a lot of work in, and I know what I'm out there doing every day, and I just knew it was going to take, you know, time before it was going to start showing. So that's why I just kept telling myself, I'm good, because I knew it was going to eventually happen.
And you just talked about, you know, not getting too high, not getting too low. When you are in that playoff atmosphere, is that something you're going to have to remind yourself of? Or maybe?
Yeah, of course. I know it's going to be a lot of emotions where a lot of things are going to happen, bad calls, or you probably make like a crazy play where you dunk or make like a crazy shot or something. You still got to remind yourself like, hey, it's not over. You got to stay in the moment. And I always do. I do that to myself all the time. Just kind of like, stay locked in, stay in the moment. Definitely gonna have to remind myself, you know, through the playoffs.
And Precious, just to end off, we do have one question on Zoom. Go ahead, Aaron.
Hey, Precious. When you're defending Joel, how much of your work has to start before he ever touches the ball?
I mean, the best defense is to not let him catch the ball. But I don't even know how to answer that question. I mean, your best defense is to not let him catch the ball, but that's damn near impossible. But what's it called? You just got to put him in a position where he has to do a lot more moves to get to the basket or get to a spot. Probably you could say fight him off the post, or let him catch the ball at the 3-point line, and you know, get up under him and make him, you know, dribble and just make him uncomfortable. Really, if you let him catch the ball deep down in the post, it's too easy. So it's just kind of like I said, you know, understanding players, you know, things that they like to do, where they like to get to the ball at, the spots that they like to get to, tendencies, and just playing off of that. It's kind of like the same thing.
When they grab the defensive rebound, are you thinking, I got to get to this specific spot on the other end of the court before he gets there?
No, you can't just pretty assume. You still got to play the game. You got to play, you know, being gaps, you know, being help, and then you never know what play they're gonna run or what action they're running. So you just have to just play and just have a feel for it, really.
Thanks, Precious.
Yeah.
Thanks, Precious.
Thank you.
Thank you, Precious.